Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm the Wombat of DM, and you are here on session 41 of our Seregen campaign. It is December 27th. It's going to be the last session of the year of 2022. Crazy stuff since we started in 21, right? We're getting close to the 2-year mark. So that being said, we left off in a bit of battle, but before I go into that, let's introduce our characters. Belzian, the half-elf monk, is not here right now. He is currently en route, braving the snow, but he is here in spirit.
And that's what counts. I'm Avidus. I'm playing Roger Mays, the Wood Elf Assassin. Wood Elf Assassin? Yes, he would.
Hey, howdy. I'll be playing Ulrich, the Human Paladin. Would Human Paladin? Yes, he would.
I'm playing, my name is Jaeger. I am playing Yarvik Venisonbringer, the Halfling Ranger, poker of tiny holes. And yes, he would definitely consume anything sausage in tube form, any kind of meat.
I'm Atomic. I'm playing Zippo, the Kobold Sorcerer, and actually, no, I won't. Thank you very much.
So last we left off, the party finally made it to their destination in the Elven Forests. They met up with some friendly elves that were ready to assist them in going into the passage that they sought to get into the Bronze Dragon Clan lands undetected by whoever guards the borders. Presumably nothing too pleasant. So they went through a secret passage and are now plunged into the Elven Passage, a passage of areas that seem to be giving the group trouble in very many varieties. The group was given a slip of paper that hints to different things to avoid or to do. Unfortunately, it hasn't been quite as helpful as they would have hoped, because it has led them into the maw of a necrotic centipede, which the party is currently in combat with. We have, let's see here. So Ulrich and Belzian are kind of far back around the curve, while Yarvik, Roger, and Zip are in the fray. And this is a blade barrier that was put down by Zippo, correct?
Yeah, it's a cloud of daggers.
Cloud of daggers.
So when it starts its turn or moves through it, it takes 4d4 piercing damage.
Cool.
Or slashing damage, sorry.
Perfect. Of course, the passage is very tight, and it's curvy, so it's very hard to see this thing. In fact, Ulrich and Belzian can't really see anything. They can just hear the chittering of something large and then the clangs of combat. Even Roger at this point, I don't believe, can really see he can just barely see the centipede. And Zippo, I'm not sure if you can or not from where you are.
No.
We know where it is, and that's the important part.
You can just barely
also
make
know
it
not
out
to
in
touch
this
it.
square here. Yeah, Zippo, when Zippo attacked or touched it with a shocking grasp, was it?
Yeah.
He was damaged with necrotic damage as he touched it. His hand came away black and withered. And to make matters worse, it is currently the centipede's turn. All right. It's going to attack the thing in front of it, which, unfortunately for Yarvik, is him. Yarvik, what's your AC?
16.
Is it moving up or is it a ranged attack?
Oh, it can reach. It's a huge creature, my friend.
I'm just asking if it'd go through the blade of daggers.
It will be going through the blade of daggers to attack because, even though he's within range, I think that's still, like, if I'm biting you, it's entering that for a moment, even though I have reach. Is that true? Is that how that works? Like, I wouldn't be able to bite him without going through it, even if I had reach.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the point of the barrier, right? Like,
Yeah.
you have to move through that space to do damage. Then you take damage, even though you're dealing damage.
So you said your AC is 16?
Correct, 16.
Okay. It's as it goes to lunge at you, to bite at you, the daggers distract it, and it ends up biting the wall next to it and takes a chunk out of the wall. The wall looks withered and blackened from its strike. And it takes roll damage, please, Sippo. 11 slashing damage. All right, in a fit of rage, it plunges into the wall to the left and disappears from view. Ulrich, you hear a rumbling sound to the wall to your left, as does Belzian. But nothing comes to view.
Okay.
Belzian, so Ulrich, since you're with Belzian and Belzian puppeted you last time, I'm going to give you Belzian for now, if that's fair.
Sure.
Bam. He is now yours.
Okay. Four, five.
So, as a heads up, the passage goes this direction toward the...
Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry.
So Belzian was ahead of you.
1, 2, 3.
The passage continues here. It just goes under the other passage in a loop. So I can... but if you go any further than that, you're still not going to be able to see anything around the corner. But you would see Zippo on this side. So for all intents and purposes, I will show you what it looks like here.
Sure.
And then I'll put you back.
Okay. Yeah, I think I think you would go there, and seeing nothing to immediately attack at this moment, I think he would just take the dodge action, right?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Ulrich, I think, would very much be kind of doing the same thing. Yeah. You know what? Ulrich looks like he had taken some damage. Haven't seen if Belzian's taken any damage yet. But Ulrich will use healing hands on himself to...
Did you heal yourself after the treant attack?
You know what? If we haven't... Because we had a long rest, didn't we?
We did.
Okay. Did I...
You should be uninjured because you haven't encountered anything.
Yeah. I see what happened. Okay. Then disregard what I was saying.
The only person in the party that's been injured so far is Zippo for touching Centipede.
And can Ulrich reach Zippo having...
Yes.
I don't know why that popped up. I didn't mean to click anything.
So you were here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 30. You'd be able to get there.
Yeah. So he'll just stay here. But he can...
Zippo is here.
Yeah. Bonus action, spiritual weapon beside him, just so it's around.
Okay.
And I'll do that at the 3rd level. All right. Let's say 3rd level. Disregard that. That's just part of the casting. But yeah, it's just beside him. That's it.
Just type in axe again. This always happens.
No worries.
Right there.
It's great.
Oh yeah. Okay, and then let me give that to you. There you go. All right, top of the round, Roger.
Alrighty. And so now I can't see where it is at all. And I am not diving through that pile of blades either. So I'm going to, unless I need to refresh. I think I'm gonna be moving backwards out the tunnel, trying to back away from this thing.
Okay.
Whenever I can re-find us here.
All right. How far are you going?
I'm gonna at least give space for other party members to move forward if they need to, or other people to move backwards. But I'm gonna get realistically as far back as I can without breaking too far from the group.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can he occupy the same space as a spiritual weapon? Actually, what's your movement?
My movement's 35.
Then you can get here.
Yeah. But yeah, I should be able to occupy the same space as a spiritual weapon because it's not a creature.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that really keeps that offhand.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's where you get to.
And then I'm gonna take my action to dodge.
Okay.
And I'll if something comes up here, I'll shoot at it.
Okay. Can you dodge and prepare an action to shoot?
No, it's
No, I can only do one or the other. In that case, I'll just ready the action to shoot.
Sounds good.
Shooting is more important than dodging.
Zippo.
I would like to move back through the wall because all my meat shields are gone.
Okay. How far are you moving?
I can't really see over there, but I probably go. Once I get there, probably wherever the spiritual weapon is, because it's at least by Roger and Ulrich.
Bam.
Perfect. I will hide under the spiritual weapon.
So I'm going to have you be cattywampus like that just because that way we can be able to grab things if needed.
Okie dokie. And I will also heroically take the dodge action.
Okay. Yarvik.
Yarvik is going to glance at the gigantic hole right beside his head and decide that he does not want to be in this situation anymore.
Okay.
So he's going to join the rest of the gang. So if you could move me back over to the other side.
So you have 30 feet movement, right?
I think it's 30 or 35 or something like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are people occupying all the spaces nearby where you can go. So you can go here or in the tunnel here and here, but you're not actually seeing the stuff that you are seeing right now. You can get as far as here before Belzian blocks your way.
That's fine. as long as he's not in that tiny tunnel of death and into a slightly larger tunnel of death.
You're still in that tunnel. So to kind of elaborate,
If you wanted to, you could dash and double your movement. You might be able to make it through.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Either that or I'm just going to spend Swift Strike, and then I'll just have a higher movement speed for the rest of the turn.
Okay. So you're doubling movement?
Yeah, just you have me sprint through.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're here now.
Oh, that's good.
I'll move the walls back in case I need them again. All right.
And I will let the for the good of the party, let everybody know that I saw it go into a wall. So it's currently boring somewhere near us, which I'm sure they have already figured out, but I will tell them what I saw.
Yeah, and sure enough, as he's saying that, the centipede emerges from the wall directly in front of you from where you're going and attacks you again.
Hey, good news, guys! I found the centipede.
Maybe if we name it, it'll be friends with us.
Good news, everyone.
Okay, I'm gonna have to re-roll because oh no, here it goes. Okay, you said you've got a 16.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so
On the other side of us now?
yes, it is. It burrowed through the wall. I burst through it. So make a DC. So make a strength check, please. DC 17. Strength save. Sorry.
So you just click the strength thing. That's how you do that.
There's a thing that says save, a box that says save, saving throws on the left.
I got it.
Okay. The centipede bites you, wraps its mandibles around you, but you're able to kind of like squeeze out so it's not catching you in its mandibles. Instead, it just does damage as you wrench yourself out of it, scraping yourself further. So it deals 34 piercing damage as the mandibles clamp into you, and then you take 13 more points of necrotic damage as those mandibles seem to sap the life out of wherever it touches. So you take a total of 47 damage.
Ow.
But you're not grappled, so that's the good news.
Yay! I don't know what is just the necrotic damage like. I don't know what the difference is. Do I have to keep track of that separately, or is that just?
It's just extra damage. It's for like if you have resistance to it via something, you can half that damage and not like the total damage.
Technically, necrotic damage is unhealable damage from normal. Like, you won't be able to restore it from just a long rest. It's something that you'll need to heal magically. Fortunately, you have a paladin, so.
You can also heal it through a long rest.
No, necrotic damage can't be healed naturally.
Is that what it says with the centipede? Because normal necrotic you can.
Yeah, normally it can. I think that's an old 3.5 thing, but this may have a special feature.
Yeah, if it's a special feature of this, then it's that. But if it isn't, then in 5e, you can just heal necrotic by sleeping. Or potions and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, it's just a damage type. You see what I was raised on.
But that doesn't mean
Yeah.
that has to be the case here. That could be something fun.
I guess we'll find out. All right. So I didn't do a full move, but I think it's confident enough to stay there, seeing how much it chunked out of you. So it stays. Belzian.
Since it moved into my space, do I get an attack of opportunity?
Nope.
And can I like clock it in the head since I'm right beside it?
So it moved into your space. If it moves away from you again, then you get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
If you had a reach of 10, you moving me moving into your space would have incurred an attack, but you only have a reach of 5, so you wouldn't have been able to reach me until I was on top of you. All right. Go ahead, Ulrich / Belzian.
So Belzian saw that happen, right?
Nope. Belzian's back here. You can't even see what happened either. Yarvik's this way now. He passed all of you and went around.
Right. Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's kind of confusing when it's a tight, winding passage that overlaps itself. Yep, now you can see it.
Okay, so it would be, I think, difficult terrain to squeeze by everyone. That's 1, 2, 3, 30. What's his movement?
I think it's 40.
45, actually. So that's
Nice.
45. I think he can get right there.
So that is within the creature's space. It's huge.
Oh, okay.
Let me draw a shape for you, just to make this easier.
I get it.
There you go.
Where's his Step of the Winds? He uses a key point. Not reuse those. Okay. Well, I have no impact on that. That's fine. I imagine he would use a Step of the Wind to squeeze by. Well, nope, because the creature space, he actually can't. Oh, I think he would just see the situation and go, well, chaps, I think we should make an expeditious, fucking run. We can't. It's too tight. We can't fight this. Is the logic, and then
If it's in Yarvik's space, couldn't you just punch over Yarvik's head?
No, because that would require me to have a 10-foot reach.
Well, then,
not in Yarvik's space. It's in.
Yeah, it's next to Yarvik. It's 5 feet away. So,
do you have enough movement to move into Yarvik's space, punch it, and move back?
Can't occupy a space like that.
No, you can. You can move in and out as long as you're not staying in the space.
You can move through.
Yeah. You can move in, punch, move out, but you can't.
No, because that requires. I promise you that requires you to stop. You can't stop in another creature space.
I'm just saying, like all the games I've played, that you could do that.
And I appreciate that. Rules is written. You can't stop in another creature space to attack. You move through it. That's a continuous movement. Stopping is the issue here, and you would need to stop to attack. I think, honestly, Belzian would kind of reconsider Step of the Wind, go back to his spot, and advise that we continue moving. I think he'd have an extra 5 feet of movement to go into the next room.
Okay, to continue down that passage. Okay.
Yeah.
So that being said, Belzian moving there and back actually does incur an attack of opportunity.
Saying as a 10-foot reach.
Correct.
Okay.
So I will roll that now. What's your AC?
18.
Okay, I hit. Make a DC 17.
Strength save?
Yeah.
18.
All right. You are not grappled, so you do go back there. All right, it hits very hard. Does 55 points of normal damage and 16 necrotic. I rolled very well with this one for a total of 71.
Okay. Is well below half his health.
Yes. Ulrich.
Can he move the additional 5 feet into
Yes, he
whatever
can.
direction?
Yep, sorry.
Thanks.
There we go. Bam.
Thank you. Or can't see that. Creature 35. Can see, yeah. I think Ulrich would squeeze through and is going to try the do I have a spell that's maybe better for this? Nope. He'll try his divine channel divinity, conquering presence. So wisdom save DC is probably
Wisdom save. Yeah, it's going to be
17.
17. Okay. So, the creature screams out in fear.
It's frightened for the next minutes of Ulrich. It can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending if it succeeds. As it is frightened. Have anything? Would just advise everyone take this chance to run and leave it at that.
Okay. So just as a reminder for frightened creatures have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and the creature can't willingly move closer to its source of fear.
Correct.
Roger.
So Ulrich is
go ahead.
in a line right here.
Yes.
I was just saying Ulrich is drawing a line here.
Okay, Roger, go ahead.
Alrighty. I'm guessing I don't have a clear shot here.
You do have party members in the way, but you can see it. It is huge, so it. But while the passage is only 5 feet where you are, the passage widens to 10 feet where it is. So you kind of do have a bit of clearance on attacking it. If it were the other way around, you would not be able to shoot it at all.
All right. Well, we're gonna shoot it, and I definitely qualify for sneak attack with Yarvik being all up in its grill here. Does a 24 hit?
A 24 hits.
Alrighty. All right, then 30 damage.
Very nice. All right.
And
you hear a sigh as the arrow whizzes by you and goes into the centipede. It almost sounds like a jealous sigh.
To which I will reply, okay, shut it. Now's not the time. In a very pained, in a very pained voice.
And with that, I'm going to use my cunning action to disengage just in case I'm somehow in reach here. And then we're going to move over adjacent to Belzian. Just so that Zippo's covered on this side.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to move so I can see around the corner.
Okay.
So I'm going to stand here, and
Fair
that'll
enough.
be my turn.
Okay. Zippo.
Checking something. Give me 1 second. Question.
Yes.
Do we think, well, I can just do this. I'm gonna come down to here to where I can see the centipede, and then I'm going to, which one of my languages do I feel like it might be able to speak? I'm feeling infernal. In infernal, Zip was gonna be like, "Do you want to just be friends, buddy? I don't want to have to kill you." To the centipede.
Anything else you're doing, or just moving down and talking to it?
I'm just trying to see if it understands me before I attack. See if we could, talk to it. Because having a centipede mount would be cool.
It would be cool. It seems to be flailing around in fear and rage at the moment.
Okay.
It doesn't respond in any language that you recognize.
Okay. All right. Well, that being the case, I'm a psychic lancet. I need it to make a intelligence saving throw, DC 17.
I saw that coming. So there was only one number that I could roll in order to make that save. And I rolled it.
Nice.
I rolled a natural 20.
15.
So, on success takes half damage. So 10 psychic damage. Because we round down, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then Zippo's going to take his 5 feet of movement back up, so he's not in its line of sight in case it does any beam attacks.
Okay.
Because for all we know, this could be a dragon too.
All right. Yarvik.
Okay. Yarvik is not going to be able to survive another bite from this thing, so
But
He
you
is
also know that if you move away out of its range, that it could attack you.
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Is there a
Disengage.
toolbox that allows you to disengage?
It's an action. You can disengage as an
This
action.
is an action.
Yeah, you just wouldn't be able to attack or do any other action. Disengage
Okay.
and then movement would be the only things you
I
could
think.
Bonus action.
What's that
Or a
spell you
bonus
use
action,
for?
yeah.
That
It-
spell you
it's-
use for movement. What's
Yeah,
it called?
it's in snarling. Hold on, let me look at it.
The
I think
the
it's
other
Zephyr
one, the
Strike.
Zephyr Strike.
Zephyr Strike.
Zephyr Strike.
Let me double check that one. 'Cause I know
movement-
there's a spell that lets you do it.
Yeah, your movement doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity.
There you
Yeah,
go.
what I
That's the
thought.
one.
There you go. You're good. You can use that and still attack. If you want to do it that way.
So
I
yeah,
think
so
that
what I
would- I think that would take his action though, right?
It's a bonus action to cast Zephyr
Oh
Strike.
wow, nice.
yeah, so I'm gonna start with casting Zephyr Strike, and then the point being to be able to move. I mean, I guess it does 6 damage, but that's not really the point.
Yeah, whenever you attack, you can use the 6 damage if you hit.
Oh, what is this place? Jesus.
Let me move that out of your way. There you go.
Alright. So I'm gonna get a little distance. So, I still can do my 2 attacks, right? Or does that because this was described as a bonus action?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah,
basically turn around and
multi-attack,
shoot
you
2
can-
arrows?
Yeah, you can.
Cool. So I'm gonna
As long as
use
you're
my
not too close to get disadvantage. I don't imagine you would be, but just in case.
second. I have to look up what my arrows are. Alright, I'm going to use green arrow.
Okay.
$17.
17 hits.
Okay.
Your green arrow does an extra 1d8.
Correct.
I already counted the 6 force damage from your Zephyr, so just roll the 1d8. Oh wait, you already rolled that, didn't you? It's
No, so there's 13 piercing damage from the shot, and then there's
1d8
the
plus 7. Okay, all right, cool. So 6 plus 5 is 9, plus 13 is 22, right?
You asking me to do math live?
Well, we'll just count it this way. You did 13 plus 5, that's 18. And I have the 6 already done, so.
Cool. All right, and then I'm gonna use the black arrow as well. Get him in the action.
Okay, that's a hit. Okay, 14, and then the black arrow does an extra 6 of force. Yeah, you got it. Cool. So 2, so it's another 16.
Then I'm going to mutter to the arrows as they come back. They're happy now.
You hear some satisfied grunts from the 2 arrows that you shot, but the blue one is kind of whining about, I didn't get shot. This sucks. Why do you always use... And it just keeps going on from there.
Yeah, exactly. We're having our own side dialogue here while this is going on.
Yep, indeed. All right, it is now the Centipede's turn. The Centipede is going to try and shake this frightened state. Does not succeed. And does a loop-de-loop and digs back through the wall that it entered out of, and out of sight. Ulrich, you hear the same rumbles that you heard earlier from the same wall. The place where it went in looks to be like you can kind of see it tunneling away before it turns the corner, so you can see that a 5-foot passage of crumbled rock that hasn't been cleared remains where it dug. You also see like tiny dot marks all throughout that tunnel that it's carved. Very similar to the cavern that you're currently in. You notice has the same dot marks.
Awesome.
All right, Belzian and Ulrich.
So, am I correct in understanding that this just goes right back to Ulrich if, like, Belzian could just walk this direction?
Yeah, no. So Belzian can't walk that direction. Remember the passage doubles over itself. So Belzian is lower than the passage above him that Yarvik just went.
Okay.
The horrors of mapping in Roll20. Sometimes it just doesn't work. So.
Cool. I think Belzian. I mean,
Belzian can either go back toward the wall of daggers or back toward the group.
sorry. Wall of Daggers is not where we came from.
All right, so I'm going to give you a slight tour real quick with your character. So your group came originally from up here,
In that direction. Okay, that makes
went down
sense.
here,
So-
encountered a centipede all the way. Or, oop, I'm moving the wrong person now. Sorry, Roger.
So I think, but
Down
like
to this
towards the
way.
daggers is the direction that we would ultimately be heading.
Towards the daggers is where you were starting to head before you encountered the centipede.
Right.
The way Yarvik's going is the way back toward the main passages.
Great. Yeah, I think looking at Belzian's inventory as well. I think Belzian would head that direction.
This way?
Yep.
Okay.
And take the dodge action.
Okay.
Because we can't go through the daggers. Is that what I'm understanding?
It's a spell that your Zippo cast.
Yeah, any creature, it includes you guys and myself, I think. Let me double check.
It was a good thought at the time, thinking that the centipede.
Yeah, it just says a creature takes slashing damage when it enters its turn or enters the spell's area for the first turn or first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Yeah.
But if we're wanting to run that way, I can drop the concentration on it.
I mean, I have no idea if that's the direction we want to run. I'm just trying to think of what to do for Belzian here.
I guess that's a good question to ask the group. What's the current goal? Where do you guys want to go?
The current goal is surviving the centipede.
Yeah.
Take the
Where to
best
go
option.
is
What was the best option?
Is to go back the way we kind of get back to the more kind of the main room area and kind of try to regroup. Because right now we're just kind of tripping over each other.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, is it still in the way? I
No,
can't
not
see
right
from
now.
here.
It burrowed into the wall.
Bugs burrowed. In that case, yeah. Maybe Ulrich said it's running, and Elzian will instead go back up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 3 of them were. So that's 40. He'd only be able to get here, which is essentially, yeah, that makes sense. And screw it. No, I don't want to burn through the guy's key points. Take the dodge action here.
Okay.
And then Ulrich on his turn will go here. Can Ulrich go down the bug tunnel?
It would be hindering terrain. You'd only be able to move at half speed, and it would literally be you kind of crawling like this to get through.
Yeah. Just curious.
Think of it like a goblin tunnel back in the mines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ulrich will, as an action, give Belzian 22 hit points.
Okay.
And he moves the axe up this way. There you are. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry.
And Ulrich will move 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He'll move right there so that potentially He's kind of blocking off the thing. The axe goes in front of the passage, and I think that's Ulrich's turn.
Okay. Roger, top of the round.
All right. I'm going to begin moving out with the rest of the party. And once I'm here, I'll ready an action to shoot it if it comes into view. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Zippo?
I'm going to hop on to Brunhild and have her move her full movement, which I'm pretty sure is...
All right, taking an action to mount Brunhild, and then Brunhild is moving.
Yep. Brunhild can move 40 feet, so we are going to move 40 feet. 1, 5, 10.
I'll move him out of the way for you.
No, I was trying to get the dog.
Yeah.
So I keep up with her. It's 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 right here is where me and El Brunhildo will be.
Okay. Yarvik.
Seeing as is there, what is this? Hold on a second. Okay, so where Yarvik is at is still only like one space wide, right?
Correct.
Alright, so he's gonna move back more.
Smiling. What is it? Is it a dragon?
You see, kind of running in your direction.
Probably here. Get a little space, make sure that the guys have room to get out. There we go. Give guys a little bit of room to get out, and then I guess what's the like the ready in action. So I'm if the creature comes back, I'll be able to shoot it.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. I am going to cast. I moved. I haven't taken an action yet. Cast Cure Wounds on myself. Breathe out a little bit. Oof.
Yeah. Okay. On the Necrotic Centipede's turn, one of the nice things about Tremor Sense is that it knows where the source of its fear is at all times, and unfortunately, everybody has positioned themselves where it cannot approach them from where it is. So, it continues away from the group, and we will end combat there. I will, just to see... Yep, it fails. It's still frightened. It will be frightened for quite a while, so we're going to just end combat there. As long as you don't go toward the clicking sounds, it won't go toward you, I feel. At least that's what it seems like at this point.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. That thing hits hard. Damn.
Yeah.
A lot of good that hint book did to us. Roger will pull out the scroll and give it a disapproving look.
The scroll stares back blankly.
Right. No mistake. I disagree.
So, I'm going to say a few things here for things in terms of riddles, puzzles, etc. If there's ever a time where you want to glean more information regarding a certain puzzle, I'm not going to give you the solve, but I will give you insight with a wisdom check or an intelligence, depending on what you're trying to figure out. I'll grant people that on a case-by-case basis. That being said, if you're trying to figure out why something might be the way it is, I say this for two reasons. One, if somebody's wisdom is a 20 in their character, I'm not going out of my way to say that any of us are, you know, supernaturally wise or intelligent. We are all pretty smart people, but like, you know, we all have our oof moments, right? So our characters might example the best of us, so you do get that, you know, modifier, if that makes sense. Just the same as we get strength checks, we get wisdom and intelligence checks. So if any time you want to try and figure out why something might be the way it is, feel free to pipe up and let me know, and we can roll a check for that. But that being said, excellent work with the encounter. This was one where it definitely had the advantage, being able to burrow and being able to hit hard, and you used your abilities to take care of it in a way other than destroying it. So that being said, it was fairly wounded, so you did a pretty good job wounding it as much as it wounded you. All right. I hand it back to
really
you.
Sad because I was looking at spells, right?
Mhm.
And I looked at polymorph, and I was like, "Can't you make something polymorphed into the thing you polymorphed it into forever?" But that's true polymorph, not regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was gonna make it a rat and force it to live in my freaking bag.
Zippo, you could turn into the terrifying centipede beast if you learned polymorph.
Yeah, assuming it's of a particular CR level.
Whatever that means.
Centipede
Centipede rating?
ritual. Yeah.
Is that just the number of legs?
Well, it's a CR 100 then, I guess. Not to speak for your character, but I couldn't resist.
That was good. That was good.
Oh wait, I mean, I could be Belzian. I guess it was a CR 100 then.
Does feel like a choking bake.
I've plumb forgot what direction we really want to go at this point. It would be bad to go back towards the daggers. Were there other paths we could take, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was.
I think before we started, before we went down this side path, we were heading north. And Yarvik's just got to point to its left.
No, we came down this way, and we went down that path, but we also have this whole path here, you know. That might be north. Zippo's not very good with directions, so.
Yarvik, you have the ability to always know north, right?
I don't know if I'm saying north for the purpose of us looking at a map. He's just going to point to his left and say that way.
Yeah.
Is Belzian okay? Like HP wise? You took a big hit there.
He's. Let me tell you how bad he is. That's true. I should heal him more.
Friends, I feel half as good as I did earlier today when I woke up.
Yeah.
He took a 71 ball to the face. Does he have 140 hit points?
Well, my good friend Ulrich here was able to heal me, so it is not quite so bad as it seems. Some of my damages have already healed because I am a strong boy. I drink my milk.
I have one more cure wounds at level 3, so I give him 3d8. Try that.
Question.
Yarvik's at about 2/3 right now.
Why don't you save that for yourself, Yarvik? I feel like I got some blame on this for some reason. So I'll make sure to heal him up here.
And I will use that cast.
That way, in case I can't get to you later.
This map was flipped, right? Or am I remembering things incorrectly?
No.
Like this would be north, and this would be the path we came from?
North is to the right.
North is, yeah. Up is west.
Okay, we came from the up path, right? Like
we came from the left.
We came from the left side, so down
Yeah,
south.
we're
Okay, gotcha.
traversing
Yeah.
left
All
to
right.
right.
Yeah. All right. Gotcha. My brain, for some reason, I was like, I remember you saying something about it being, flipped around a little bit. My brain was like, "You're going the wrong way, Brent." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." But I was. My brain was right.
You mean your brain was left?
No, my brain was right. My brain was right, but conscience, Brent, was not right.
All right, well, southwest. And
North we go.
All right, to restate my descriptions from earlier, from last session, I should say, the passage to the left, or the passage to the west, if you want to call it that, widens out and grows bigger as a taller ceiling with stalactites and stalagmites growing from the ground. To the right, you see some more, looks like centipede passages here and here that end in crumbled areas. In fact, many of the passages in here look like they are bigger because of the beast coming in and out of this area. This whole section here seems to be a passage that the centipede has gone in and out many times. So presumably these are newer than the passage itself. To the north, you hear, to the northwest, you hear the sound of rushing water.
There's all these little weird alcoves in here also.
Yeah, those alcoves look like centipede passages. Same markings as the passage down there.
Exciting. We will leave those alone then.
I'm going to remark to the group that there's a whole big tunnel down here, straight back west with the way we came. We're not going that way, but there's definitely
That's the passage you came from.
Oh, this is the passage we came from. Got it.
Yeah. When I get to this point, I'm going to check the scroll again.
Okay. This appears on your page.
Those who see to believe never take leaps of faith.
I am not enjoying this leap of faith phrasing here.
I'll come a little closer to what looks like either a chasm or a river on the map.
Yep. So over here to the east is a large waterfall that comes from above you and crashes into a ravine below you. It seems to have carved out this passage. At one point, it might have even occupied the upper area where you're at. You're on the edge of what appears to be a cliff that goes down into rushing water. The rushing water crashes down another waterfall and out of view down below into a black, lightless zone. Across the way is more cavern, and there's a small stone bridge. It seems naturally formed, resting in the center of the crevasse.
When I get closer to the bridge, does the scroll read anything else?
The scroll still reads, "Those who see to believe never take leaps of faith."
Obviously, this wants us not to jump over it.
So Zippo, I got an idea, and you may not like this, and it doesn't have to be you. What if we tie a little rope around you and maybe blindfolded you and had you cross? which is to say, step what looks like off the edge.
Well, yeah, that's a plan, but I also want to point out I can see something right here. That's a passage that you normally probably wouldn't be able to see.
So this, as described earlier, is a second waterfall that plummets down further and goes into blackness down below.
Oh, gotcha. I thought we were like,
This
talking
is the
about
large
something.
waterfall that falls from a height above you.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the river is flowing from east to west.
So just two little things to make sure I'm fully grasping something. Number one, I don't know how, but yep, thank you. He was stuck in a wall. And number two, we do see this path here.
Yes.
Okay. Apologies, since I was in the wall, I did not realize there was an actual path. I think Ulrich would just close his eyes and slowly try and step across.
Okay. Ulrich, make a reflex save.
Sure. Uh, 15.
Okay. The bridge doesn't exist, and your foot falls through it, and you begin to fall. You grab hold of the ledge behind you, but don't pull yourself up. You're hanging by hand.
Just to make sure, that was with his eyes closed.
Correct.
You need some help there, Ulrich?
I think I can climb up. Maybe. He tries
Why
to
don't-
climb up.
Why don't Belzian and I give you a hand with that?
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you.
We'll pull him back up onto the.
Okay. Either Ulrich can make an assisted strength check or athletics check or whatever, basically roll it with advantage, or you can to pull him.
I'm comfortable making an athletics check.
Do it.
Yeah, let him do the athletics with advantage.
You with the help of them easily pull yourself up.
Awesome.
So, all right. Oh, that bridge isn't real. So,
Here, I believe I still have my spear.
So I also have a plan. It's not a very good plan, but it is a plan.
What's your plan?
yeah,
So-
go for it.
You guys, we figure out a way to get me across, right?
Yeah.
Right. Then let's see, how far across is this to make sure I'm before I stick this plan?
Only like 10 feet.
It's about 10 feet. Okay, I was making sure it was right to the map. Perfect. So I go over there, right? You guys go to the edge of the thing. I hit you with a lightning lure, pull you 10 feet across.
I mean, I'm resistant to electricity damage thanks to this swanky new armor, but I don't know about the rest of the party.
So,
That can be the last ditch plan.
yeah, no,
Like,
I
if
mean,
we absolutely can't get across, we could do that.
I don't hate it.
I have an idea, and Roger will take his spear and touch the ground underneath him, and then tap it over to the edge of the cliff.
Okay.
Until I find a part that where it pokes through, right, where there's no solid ground underneath it, and then I'll tap along the edge of the cliff up and down the entire length of it.
Okay. So you're tapping along here this
Yeah.
way or the other way? Like the whole length?
I'll go to the side over by the waterfall and then work my way up to the other end.
When you get here, the spear hits something despite the fact that there seems to be a cliffside there. It's as if it's hitting something.
I'll give it a few more taps out onto the ground, quote unquote into the air up ahead of it.
Like 5 feet out this way?
Yeah, I mean it is just a spear.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, within your range. It seems solid out here.
Interesting. Does anybody have any powder? Like flour?
I can press the hesitation to make a mark along it for us.
Sure. I mean I have some chalk, but not a lot of it.
Yeah, I can make a just like, a mark on the bridge where he hit for 1 hour. Also, is it chilly down here or anything?
It is, yes.
I'm gonna warm the bridge as well.
Okay. So you've thrown chalk on the bridge?
Yep. And I warmed it.
Okay. So 2 things. One, most of the chalk kind of blows upward, and by upward I mean like to the left of you, as the rush of the water is causing kind of quite a breeze in this area as it's rushing down the cavern. But all of the chalk that you think would be landing on the spot that Roger has kind of tapped with his spear, it goes right through and falls into the chasm.
When I put my hands on it to warm it, do I feel it there?
You do.
Okay, so it's definitely warm. So just feel around before you walk to see if you feel the whole bridge is warm yet or not. So if we want me to be the test dummy, I can tie a rope around myself. You guys are well more than strong enough to pull me back up.
Yeah, go ahead and walk across from here.
Okay, I'm gonna tie a rope around myself first. Safety reasons. OSHA would not be happy if I didn't. And then I will hand the rope to Ulrich at the other end. And slowly go across.
Okay, you walk out into seemingly thin air. You're currently standing on thin air.
And my feet are nice and toasty, right?
If you're barefoot, yes.
Yeah, let's go, baby. I'm gonna reach out to in front of where this block is.
Are you crawling?
Yeah, I'm crawling.
Okay. Seems like it's solid there too.
Nice. I'm like, guys, it is solid so far. And I'm gonna walk over here.
All right, you get to the other side.
And then I'll move up to get out of the way of everybody else.
I make sure to give him plenty of slack.
How are we going to convince Broomhill to go across the bridge?
I'll carry her.
Oh, okay.
Guess, Zippo, if you hold one end and I'll hold this end, maybe.
Okay. I'm gonna stand at the edge. So, like, if one of you do so happen to fall, Lightning Lord. So I'm gonna ready the cantrip Lightning Lord for in case one of them fall off the bridge.
Then I also am standing kind of like at the edge, essentially switching spots with Belzian, so that we've got kind of like this ailing of sorts.
Is there a tie-off point on the other side there? Is there something you could tie that rope to? Kind of make a little kind of a rope handhold thing? Or we could just tie off one at a time. I don't know.
I think that I was just thinking like we could have him just like untie it and I could just be the anchor point for everyone.
The walls on this side of the passage seem smoothed with age. There's not even any limestone formations like they were back in the other area. There's not currently a place Zippo sees that would be great for tying off.
I guess we'll probably just tie off one at a time.
Yeah, all right. Zippo, if you want to throw that back over, just let go and I'll reel it in.
All right, throw it over.
And you tie it to the next person, and Ulrich will continue to hold steady the rope.
And as you know, I'm waiting on that. I out of character, I had a realization just now too. If we didn't think this bridge was here, I still have a second wooden ladder that's 24 foot long in my robe. So I could have just tossed that baby out if we needed it. I've also got a pit and an iron door. Those are the only 3 things I have left. And the iron door is 10 feet wide and 10 feet high.
Oh wow, the iron door actually would be even better than the
ladder.
ladder. Almost.
So we had ways.
He did.
I'm still a big fan of the toss zip over and lightning lure everybody over plan, but
I think that's a lot of fun. I like the idea of like you just being ready at the other side.
yeah, if one of you guys just
lightning
happen to
the whole
slip,
time.
I'm gonna just be like, I got you.
Oh, sorry, Benji. I scared him. That was a noise you didn't like. All right, so who's next going across? Did I lose everybody?
I'll go across. Ta-da!
Da-da-da-da.
I am now on the other side.
We get the rope back and just repeat it with Elsian.
Okay. Belzian crosses.
Sir.
All right,
We get the
I'll go
rope.
next.
Tie you off.
Move out of the way.
All right, you just hold on to the rope on your side. I'm gonna.
Yep.
I secure the rope around my waist, grab Hilda, and carry her across slowly.
Give me a handle, animal. She's nervous about this.
Just make sure I don't have something that I can do here. No, I didn't. Nah, that's fine. Just a 10.
Okay. You're already friendly with Brunhild. She's very familiar with you and trusting. It wouldn't be much, but it was just an attempt to soothe her, and you do. If it was Zippo carrying her, he wouldn't have even needed a check, but Zippo can't carry her because she's bigger, so. All right.
Once she makes it over and Ulrich puts her down, Zippo's gonna pull out some of the what was it they gave us? Whatever kind of meat they gave us.
The monkey meat?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out some of that and hand it and give it to her and pet her on the head.
Or are you talking about the gator meat? The tree lizard. The
Yes,
tree
the tree lizard,
the
yep.
bark dragon, that's what they call it.
Yeah, the bark dragon. Yeah, I'll give her some of that meat and pet her on the head, call her a good girl, and then pop on. All about positive encouragement from a girl.
She seems to appreciate this. All right. The passage narrows once again to the north. As I said before, the passage is smoother, as if age has worn down this area over time. Up ahead, you see that the passage splits into 3 different directions and narrows significantly into a 5 by 10 passage.
I check the scroll.
All right. These words appear on the scroll.
Find 2 things within the maze, an exit and a clue. But beware, for danger has ways of also finding you.
So, question, and I know this is going to be super far fetched, like super far fetched, but I have it's 2 questions now because my brain is working now. One, is there any way that I could have Brunhild use her amazing, great hearing to like listen down the passages with all of us being super quiet to see if she hears anything, like even the slightest thing? And 2, with Zippo being the kobold that he is, would he be able to look at these passages and have like more of a sense of which way to go, since he's lived in a mountain?
I'm not convinced
underground.
Brunhild hears better than Roger, but her using her sense of smell might be useful.
That's true. That's true. She does have an amazing nose too. She's just amazing all around. I think we all agree on that now.
I would say this: Brunhild can make checks, but you're not inherently going to know them, and it's going to. There's only certain forms of communication that will work. I can give you a sense of what she's trying to tell you, and you can kind of interpret it from there. If
Yeah,
that
my
makes
thought
sense.
process with her was like if say she smelled the outside or something, I don't know if like her face would like show a little bit of happiness, thinking like, oh, not in this dank, awful cave that my dog's probably not used to.
Okay. Yeah,
Or
you could
if
try
like she
something
smelled
like that.
something like smelled a dead body or something, she might be a little away from it. Let's see. Let me double check something.
Mhm.
And she has advantage because she's a doggo. I forgot. She rolled 2 2s, 2 2s with advantage. Brunhild doesn't smell nothing but that meat I gave her.
Well, Brunhild, you take her to the 3 passages up here, the crossroads, if you will, and she kind of smells at each of them and kind of walks around in a circle. That's what she communicates.
Okay. Well, the Brunhild plan didn't go. It probably would have been better if she rolled better, but I'm obviously just gonna roll bad all night. The Zippo idea though. Would Zippo have an idea, or would it just be like I don't know these caves, so I don't know where these caves go?
So, these caves are not unlike what you're used to, but these are 3,000-year-old caves. You're not really sure how they were formed, if they're natural or if they were shaped. You do know back when you were within Centipede that Centipede created a lot of those passages, but these don't seem to be created by those. These seem to be different. That being said, there doesn't seem to be any hint as to a good direction within the passages. Like, all 3 of the passages have similar delineations. Nothing really separates them.
Gotcha. Okay.
If we need a way to distinguish the passages, I vote we take the one that goes furthest from where the centipede was.
That's fair. That's fair.
I believe takes us in a westerly direction. And Roger will step into that passage.
Okay,
Over
and the
here.
rest?
Oh, I'm stuck in the wall, maybe? Yeah, I'm stuck in a wall somehow. Thank you. Berto's also stuck in the wall.
You weren't able to see the other side, were you?
It looked like a little hole in that area that I was in, yeah. Like, I could see over there, but I couldn't see, like, down. I didn't see this passage or anything. I just seen,
Right.
like, a little area that looked like a hole.
Yeah.
Thought, why don't we split up into groups of two, like 2 groups, and one group can wait here while the other group goes. They find something, they find it, they can kind of yell back or use the ring. If they find a dead end, as they're moving back, the second group can move into another tunnel. That way we still have support, but we're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
That sounds fine to me.
Okay, so who's going with Roger?
All right.
Don't everybody go at once.
Yeah, say we do Roger, Roger, Ulrich, and then Zippo, Belzian, and Yarvik in the other group. I think that seems like a reasonable balance of power.
Well, if one of us, since it's uneven, our group number, so if what we want to do is one of us sit here. Whoever sits here can have Brunhild sit with them. That way, she's not in any danger.
Yeah, they could just be kind of reserved.
Yeah.
Brunhild's
And
the
then-
6th in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
The only
yeah,
half
well,
is she can't do any attacks.
why don't we just leave Zippo and Broomhild here, and then we can call if we need them.
Yeah, that's fine. I can sit here. That'll give me a second to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay, so it's going to be Belzian, Zippo, and Brunhild, and then Yarvik, Ulrich, and Roger. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, so I would say Belzian and Yarvik will go straight.
Okay, so we're doing 3 parties. Where Zippo and
So it's Ulrich and Roger,
Mhm.
Yarvik and Belzian, and Zippo's hanging back in reserve.
Okay, got it. I'm going to give Belzian over to Yarvik since he's part of your party now. That way,
So I just move him.
yeah,
Does
you
that
can
work?
move him.
Party time.
The
Oh.
real
You
Belzian
also
has
give
joined
it to
us.
the real Belzian, yeah.
Yay!
The real Belzian can be Belzian.
Finally, my time to shine. Also,
Will-
hello.
Will the
Oh.
real Slim Shady please stand up?
Belzian, just so you
Belzian
know,
stands up.
you have sustained. You're at 41 HP.
I see my character sheet here.
Hold on,
We'll
I'm sorry,
talk about
you're
this after.
Yeah, we got 8. It was bad. It
You
was
took
real bad.
71 damage from the centipede in 1 round.
What?
And
It does occur to me that both of the guys that got screwed over by the centipede are now in the same group and at like half health.
and you did get healed though for 39 points.
Yes.
That's
So you
fair.
went from 19 to 41. Yeah. All right. So
All
if
right,
we're splitting
to,
into 2 groups, sorry, go ahead.
Actually, 58, I think.
What was that?
I was just saying, I think it's 58 HP.
So I took whatever amount you told me he healed and added it as a heal to him. So it should be the right number.
Cool.
Excellent. Any curses or anything?
No, just
Yeah,
some
another
black
one
and
for you.
necrotic damage at the moment. You did sprout like 100 legs from both sides as you slowly are turning into a centipede, but it's nothing to worry about.
Does that mean I get more attacks?
Oh my god, as a monk, that would be amazing. The monk of 100 fists.
All 100 of my feet.
That would be quite the feat.
So it is getting to 9 o'clock. Do we want to take our break and then go back into this with the maze? I'm sorry you just got here, Bane, but
Pardon me,
this-
all good.
This sounds like a good time for us to take a break just after he got back.
yeah. Okay. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Go ahead and water yourselves or unwater yourselves, and we'll be back real soon. Welcome back from the break, everyone. We are currently splitting the party in a maze. Belzian is back from being in an NPC role, and we have one party going west and one party going north. I'm going to start with the party to... wait, who would like to go first in terms of the groups? Let's do a democracy instead of a...
As a heads up, since Zippo's not exploring, he has the little vampire statue thing that was the dwarven, or air quotes, dwarven guy. And he's rubbing the beer
Okay.
and petting Brunhild while we're waiting.
All right.
I don't know how we should decide who will go first. Perhaps we should roll a 2-sided dice.
All right. Belzian and Yarvik, you come to a passage split yet again. One goes to the west, one goes to the east.
It seems we've hit a fork in the road. Or tunnel, rather.
Let's. And Jarvik's just gonna gesture to his right again, and just sure, let's go right.
Let's go this way. Do you need a torch, fellow?
Nope, I have dark vision on.
Neat.
All right. You head to the right passage.
Ah.
The path splits yet again into a left and a right once more.
Your turn this time.
Well, they say 2 rights won't right or wrong, but 3 lefts will? I'm not sure how that saying goes. Let's go left.
Okay, that group decides to go left. All right, since you've made a few decisions here, let's go back up to Ulrich and Roger.
Onward.
Yeah, we made a good choice splitting up, right?
Always.
Good,
And
good.
look, it's not like they're going to get so far away we can't communicate over the rings.
Right.
At this time, Yarvik is going to put out there through the rings. Also, if there are any stairs you see leading to the second floor or an attic, we should definitely take those too.
Hey, we got a split up here.
All right, so you have a split that goes left and right.
Wanna-
Where I am on the floor, I'm going to mark with chalk, pointing back the way we came.
Okay.
And I'm also going to consult the scroll.
The scroll still reads the same thing. Find 2 things within the maze, an exit and a clue. But beware, for danger has ways of also finding you.
That it does. I vote. I vote we take the furthest path from the center here.
Aaron, no arguments for me.
And we'll go into this path here.
Okay, you make the left. All right. The passage ahead widens slightly and splits into two. Again, a left and a right. To the right, you see a statue. Similar to the statues earlier, this also appears to be of barbarian in nature. This one is also long toothed and holds an axe.
And same as last time, I'll make a mark on the ground with chalk pointing back the way we came.
Okay.
And I'll say, hey, statue looks promising.
Yeah,
Maybe this is the exit.
that could be the clue.
Let's go that way.
All right.
I'll walk up to where the statue is.
Okay. Are you going to be moving past the statue?
Yeah, if Ulrich is coming with me.
Yep. Sorry, I forgot. I need to move my mini. I went Theater of the Mind.
All right.
Oh.
The statue seems to be guarding a dead end. It is looking back the way you came, by the way, if you can tell by the way the directional of the statue is.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to react to you in any way as you squeeze past it to go further into the passage. The passage itself doesn't seem to have any traces of potentially once continuing. It seems to be a naturally formed dead end.
I'll go towards the end of it and prod at the walls and the floor and the ceiling a little bit with my spear if I can reach all of those.
Sure. You can't reach the ceiling, but the walls, you test all three walls, east, north, and west, and all seem solid. The floor does as well.
All right, well, we'll back out past the statue here and return to the intersection.
Okay. So,
and I'll mark off that we've gone that way on the floor with chalk.
okay, how are you marking it?
I'm gonna put an X there. I've got arrows facing back the direction we came to exit.
Feel free to draw on the floor using the draw shape tool. You can do it with freehand.
X. No, God, my mini's in the way. Fuck. Roll Z.
If you need me to delete anything, I can. I think you can as well.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how now.
Yeah, I got it. There you go.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Do you want to mark the one back here too?
Yeah, we'll go back here and we'll we came from this side.
Yes.
All right.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
With that marking, I'm going to move back down to the other group. Belzian or I guess let's check on Zippo. Zippo, would you like to do anything?
I suppose rubbing the statue, right? And every so often, he's gonna look over his shoulder down this path, and just like he's like, I kind of want to go down the path, but he's like, no, they told me to wait. They told me to wait. And so like he'll just slowly nudge himself to where he's like on the edge of this path. So like I'm gonna leave him there because I don't want to be like in the path, but he's gonna be like right on like where this path would go into. He's gonna be looking down the path and rubbing the statue.
Make a perception check.
Okie dokie. Ooh.
Okay. Belzian and Yarvik. So you have decided to go down this way.
Yes. We also decided to make a marking on the ground indicating which way the start is.
Yeah, and you're using your Quill of Embers. So Yarvik, you see Belzian take a quill out and draw on the floor, and a glowing arrow appears on the floor, almost like the dying embers of a fire. It illuminates the ground slightly and stays there. Oh no! I hear the stream in the background. It's on Ulrich's side.
think Discord might be flaking out a little bit.
No, I think it's not my stream. It's I hear voices from like a TV show, maybe.
It's coming from yours, Ulrich.
Yeah, shade.
Ulrich just out there watching Looney Tunes.
Wait, what'd you say?
We can hear voices in the background of yours. I'm not sure if the TV's on or that it's picking up. Or...
Yeah, sorry, I passed through a room.
Okay, got it. Okay,
Quick,
that's fine.
I was on. I had my mic muted. That's very strange. So sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, I think Discord's flaking out because it happened to me earlier too. So
No, I think that the voices were actually Ulrich last time. It just happened while you were talking, so it sounded like it was with you.
No, I haven't passed through. It doesn't matter.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. I just was taking note to make sure people were aware.
Can you hear me now?
I can. Yeah.
That's so strange. Okay, my physical button has turned off.
Yes.
Hooray for Discord.
Anyway, Belzian and
Belzian
Yarvik.
notes that this marking will be very helpful for any hungry monsters that want to eat Zippo.
That's fair. So you continue up the passage?
yeah, I can kind of see a little bit. So I would kind of gesture. I was like, I think we got it's a skinny path, but it looks like a path forward this way.
Yes, and it zigs and zags.
Does it zag or zig first?
Looks like a zig to the left, then a zag, then a zig, then a zag, and then a big zag to the right. So there's some more passage up. But it doesn't split, so yay.
I consider this an absolute win.
Is Belzian also
Tiny
going?
up here though.
I think my computer is having trouble moving my token.
Try hitting refresh.
Do. Graphics card failure.
Yeah?
Though my graphics card gave up and the integrated graphics are not great.
I'll
If
move
would
you
be
up for
kind
now.
enough to move
Yeah.
me, that'd be great. Thank you. Pardon me. I can't see anything on the map anymore.
No?
Must be dark in here. Oh, there we go. I can see the big zag now.
All right. Are you continuing on?
What does it look like? Is it shrinking down? Is it just getting narrower?
It's a narrow passage. It seems like the passage continues this way.
I mean,
You seem hesitant. Did you want me to go first?
no, I'm smaller. Just the last time this happened, it didn't turn out well.
This doesn't look like the other passage in the way that there's no little tick marks in the... Yeah.
All right, so we just got to move along this path a little bit more, see what we got.
Okay. You can see the path extends out and then ends in a square-shaped room. There is a hole in the ground and a hole in the ceiling above it. On the wall is an inscription. It's two symbols. What languages do you?
I'm coming. What do you see?
What languages do you have?
Let me figure out where that's at. Okay. Where do languages live? Oh, there it is. I see it. Common, Elvish, Halfling, and Orc.
Okay. Okay, so the inscription is in Elvish. The two symbols say "Well of Eternity," and I'm going to briefly break cameras for a sec. There we go. So the symbol for eternity looks like that. The symbol for well looks like a U almost. A U with a roof on it.
I'm gonna put that all over the rings. Any ideas? Anybody know what that is?
Whoosh!
Well,
Something
well, well.
flies past that falls from the ceiling and goes down into the floor.
So, thinking with portals.
Can I investigate the thing that went whoosh?
Sure.
$14.
Can I aid that?
Investigation's kind of hard to aid. But what are you looking to do with the investigation? I guess is the biggest thing.
Something went whoosh, so can I track its movements or try to figure out what went whoosh?
Yeah.
Sure. You look down the hole, and it's pretty much it's just black down there. You can't really see much. You can't see a bottom. In other words, even with your dark vision, it goes down farther than 60 feet, I guess, because you can't see further. Whoosh! Something falls from the ceiling and goes into the floor again. It's a blur of movement. It seems to be bronze in color.
Okay, so Yarvik is gonna light a torch.
Okay.
He's gonna hold it out over the hole, and he's gonna drop it.
Okay.
Yarvik has 50.
You have 50 torches? What?
It's pretty much the only thing in his pack. Like, he goes to get sausages and has to dig out at least 10 torches before he gets the sausage.
He has to dig out at least 10 sausages before he gets to his torches.
It's just torches and sausages all the way down.
Whichever one he needs, the other one is always on top.
I hate this bag.
Whoosh! A torch falls past you after it disappears from view down in the well from the floor. Whoosh! Something bronze
Whoa.
whooshes past you as well.
I think the people upstairs had the same idea.
So how fast is the whoosh? Is it just like normal falling speed?
Terminal velocity.
About to say, if you wait a time
Terminal
or two,
velocity.
it'll be terminal velocity.
Well, I mean, I didn't know. It's like, is it gaining speed? Like, is it?
It's
So, what do you think? Do you think we could time getting this thing? I'm talking to Bells.
Do you think I could roundhouse kick it out of the air if I time it right?
But then we have to go across the hole to get it.
How big is the hole?
It's about 5 feet.
Does anybody have like a large piece of cloth?
I have a tarp. No, I don't have anything like that.
So I will say this aiding is only if you're communicating all of this through the ring with each other. Correct? Is that
Yes,
happening?
We're narrating what we're doing.
All right, cool. That's fine. That's why the rings are there, right? So that we can do this. But I just want to make sure that they are being implemented. Otherwise, it's metagaming.
I'll just post my things in the metagaming chat in Discord instead.
Yarvik, do you have anything that could catch these?
I mean, I've got a rope, but I don't know. Like, I think we could just. I don't think I could weave a net while we wait. It's probably not a good idea.
I could probably hold my whole body over this hole and stop it with my whole body.
I don't know. How about Zippo? Do you have anything in that crazy bag of yours? Wait,
Not in the
you
bag.
got a door. You've got a
I
big
do
door.
have a door.
Yeah, come over here and let's put the door down on top of this thing.
I would love to come that way. I really would. But this other tunnel, I'm kind of looking down it, and it's just mesmerizing.
Oh man. Okay, I'll go get the door.
That's not a good sign.
Okay, let's leave arrows on the way back so we remember how to get here.
Yeah, mark it in chalk or scratch it into the dirt if you have to.
I'm gonna use the Quill of Embers, just because it's fun to use.
Cool of Embers, TM.
Ta-da! I guess if they're going back to the center,
Yeah, it's gonna be back to you.
well, do we want to go follow them, Ulrich, or do we want to finish exploring up on this side in case we find the way out? Ulrich? Hello?
Did he mute himself?
Not according to Discord, but possibly according to his hardware.
The opposite issue's happening now?
I saw the mute and the unmute. I think Ulrich's Discord is doing that weird thing where you gotta disconnect and come back.
At least he can hear us.
Yeah.
Blink twice if you can hear us, Ulrich.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Seriously, fuck my headphones. So
That sounds unsanitary.
the exact thing that they were meant to do when I pass through another room when I don't want them to. I think that we should explore more personally. Who knows? You know, we haven't found the danger yet. Let's find that danger.
All right, let's. Oh, fucking hell! I just want to pick up my mini and not the green lines that I drew on the ground. Yeah, let's keep exploring the passage here.
Okay.
We'll let the rest of the party know we found a dead end, and we're gonna keep exploring while they sort out whatever this is.
We found a well of eternity, so haha.
Alright, the passage extends to the left and the right.
We found a pit of despair.
We got to get these two together. Hell of Eternity, Pit of Despair. They could have a couple of crazy kids together.
Yeah.
Let's out of the spirit of completeness' sake, let's go to the left.
All right. It seems to dead end to me, but maybe I'm missing something.
The passage does appear to dead end.
All right, I will look at the scroll. Does it say anything different now?
It does not.
All right, I'll tap all of the walls around here with the spear.
Okay.
Especially this suspicious-looking thing right here.
Sounds good. Tap, tap, tappity tap. Doesn't seem to uncover anything.
Yep, that's about what I expected. We'll head back here and let's explore the other branch. I guess we're going to remember to mark this one as explored.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Roger, when you get here, make a dexterity saving throw.
Alrighty. 18.
Okay. You jump backward as arrows fly out of this wall and this wall, clatter to the ground, and disappear.
Oh, the arrows disappear.
Yes.
I swear over the rings. Why?
Okay. What triggered that? Can we see anything here?
Roger will motion you to step back, and he'll take the butt of his spear and poke, and from as far away as he can manage, poke at the ground where that happened.
Okay. Reaching into the square to push it down is going to activate the trap. I think I'm going to still make you make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm not reaching in with my hands. I'm poking at the ground with a piece of wood.
Yeah. And it has a 5-foot reach. All right, I'll allow it. So you push down on the ground. You see that the ground is fitted into the wall with a pressure plate that seems to go under the rock, and it pushes down about an inch. So it slides down, and then small little points are where these arrows, which now that you see them, they're actually just points of energy that are in the shape of an arrow. They're magical.
Interesting. Yeah.
The points that they're coming out of seem to glimmer slightly.
Okay. I'll push it a couple of times in like rapid succession.
Okay. It activates, and then about 6 seconds later, it activates again.
Okay. So there might be enough time if I were to sit here working the mechanism. To get the party across one by one, although it would be kind of dangerous for everyone involved.
Do the
Well,
arrows seem to come from just one side, out of curiosity?
They come from both sides and crisscross.
Both sides, yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, what about this? And I'm gonna take a running jump across just to see what happens if I like aim for this spot here.
All right.
I'll get out of the way of the jump.
You land on the other side, mate. I won't even. It's a 5-foot jump. You make it.
Okay.
If it was 10 feet, we'd have to talk. But like, unless you like tripped, you know what? No. It's taking a 20 basically, taking a 10.
We could try and destroy the pressure plate.
I mean, I landed on the other side safely.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, could, or I could press my axe against.
I take the butt of the axe and press on the next little bit ahead of me.
All right. Patang. Some more arrows come out of the wall.
That's what I was afraid of. Well, now here's a fun thing. I'm gonna. I guess I'm gonna try and jump across back over.
Okay. Now you'll need to make, because you don't have a running jump.
Okay. You want me to make an athletics or?
Yes, please. Or acrobatics if you'd like.
No, I'll do athletics.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think. Yeah. 26.
You, Mario, jump over.
Right.
So that's probably gonna be the case for a bit. But I don't know. What do you think? Should we try and keep that up?
I'm not convinced this is the right way, but
Sorry. Did you see how low the arrows fire?
They're crisscrossing so that they hit shins and chest.
Okay, thank you. I did miss that.
I didn't describe it that way, but that's what it is.
Okay, cool. Okay, never mind.
Well, I say we come back to there if we have to, but otherwise, let's assume that that path is the danger that may have been trying to find us, and we go a different way.
Sounds good. Start making our way back south.
Yep.
Or
we'll
I guess on this map, east.
Yeah, we'll follow the arrows back till we reach one.
That's our way back.
Yep. I'm going to I guess at each of these intersections where on the way to the arrows here, I'm going to draw a circle.
Okay.
Not like that though. Put that somewhere inconvenient where Wombat will have to look at it, but we won't have to see it.
Where does the circle stand for?
The circle is gonna be the traps. Because it's easier than drawing a skull.
You could make a little frowny face, just saying.
I could, but that would take way more time than not doing that. Do we want to explore the next side up here, or do we want to scene cut back over to the rest of the party?
You mean go east here? Down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, might as well check it out. Oh, hey, Zippo.
Okay. Hi, Alta.
Well, that answers that.
But I just asked the question.
Right, we're gonna move up in here and draw some more shapes. Yeah, these two paths go to the same place.
Yep. Good to know.
All right.
Well,
So, can I have so with your passive perception, Roger, you hear the metallic footsteps of something large back toward the way of the waterfall.
metallic footsteps. I will pass this information to the rest of the party. Something's coming back from the way that we came.
I forgot about the waterfall. Are you all hanging out with Zippo there? We're just going back to grab a handy dandy door to put over this well.
Oh, I can see something.
Something is coming. I shoot it.
Yeah. It could be friendly.
I'm making an attack roll.
What you see is what looks like a metallic bowl. It huffs slightly with a green gas that comes out of it. It seems like it's making its way to the same invisible bridge that you had crossed earlier with purpose. Roger, you shoot it?
Yeah.
All right, roll initiative, but you get surprise round.
Hooray! 28.
6.
All right. Okay, 28. Ulrich got 10. Zippo got 6. Jaeger got 9. Belzian got 19.
Yeah.
Okay. And I got that. Okay. All right. So, Roger, you fire.
All right, and I believe I got to check exactly how assassinate is worded here. I have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet.
Correct.
And any hit I score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit.
Mm-hmm.
So it hasn't taken an action. We're gonna get that advantage roll in here, which ain't a whole lot better.
But
So
it's considered a critical, right?
if that 13 hits,
Okay.
then it will be a critical hit.
You don't have
Otherwise-
initiative or inspiration, do you?
No, I do not.
Unfortunately, it does not succeed. In fact, it directly hits the creature and tings off of it and plummets down into the ravine below.
Well, that's not helpful.
The
So much for the surprise
bull
round.
looks up and spots the group. All right, top of the round, Roger.
I shoot it again.
Okay.
And it still has not taken a turn in combat yet, so I still have advantage.
Correct.
Does the
There you
23
go.
hit?
That's a hit.
All right, and if I'm remembering how surprise works,
It's not
Uh,
surprised anymore.
we'll just roll our damage.
Yeah.
34, although it is piercing damage.
Okay.
And then I am going to call out to the party over the rings. Well, it's noticed us. And I will step out of the way such that Zippo can get a clear shot. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Belzian's next. Belzian and Jaeger Yarvik, are you gonna be trying to join in battle, like running to try and catch up?
So I guess that was my question was, while they were doing their thing up north, my idea was that we were just working our way back to Zippo, so that way we didn't have to role play.
Correct.
you know,
That's
a
actually that's true. Yeah. So you're also here. That's fine. That's a good point. Let's say you're actually here coming from the passage that you came from. Yeah.
Wait, we're shooting stuff again?
Always are.
That's my secret. I'm always shooting stuff.
All right, Belzian, what's up? What you doing?
Okay. Out of curiosity, the threat is perceived to be coming from this.
From the ravine. This direction, yeah.
Sorry, I missed the ravine part.
Mhm.
Invisible bridge, what? Okay, so Belzian's gonna just book it through here to get to the front lines.
Okay.
I'm trying to move my token, but it's very slow.
5, 6. So that's 30 there.
Oh, okay, that's good.
You-
And he
you
puts
have-
his hand out, like, halt!
Okay. Do you want to
This'll
do
work.
more than 30? Or are you going the full distance? Because you've got
I'll hang out.
45, right? So you have like
He's gonna
15
move
more feet.
Slightly out of the way of archers and magics. So if you could move me slightly out of the way,
Like there?
of the line of sight. I'm waiting for it to load. I think that's probably good. I trust you. But you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I will take this moment to use the wholeness of body or whatever the thing is called. What's it called? Wholeness of body. And regain 27 HP.
Nice. You did use a key point, right? Shade.
Yep, I conveyed everything he needed.
Okay.
Yep, I subtracted one of the key points. And I think I am going to use another one of the key points to set up a patient defense. Which basically lets me take the dodge action as a bonus action.
Okay.
And that's Belzian's turn.
Cool. Ulrich.
I think Ulrich can get right in the way of this bull. Right? Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's all the same. Here's where I was previously. So, actually, hold up. I think I actually do better. Because I should be able to go. Yeah. Okay, cool. I can go onto the square itself.
Yes.
But I'm not an idiot, so I'm not going to do that. If I could get one more square, maybe. Yeah, and then once there, Ulrich is going to... use command. He's going to cast Armor of Agathis. And no, as an action, yeah, fuck it. Armor of Agathis at the 2nd level. And here's the spell description.
Okay. So you're gaining 5 temper. This is where if a creature hits you, it takes 5. Right?
Yeah,
Maybe
correct.
10 because he put it at 2nd level.
Yeah, correct. It would be
Got it.
10. Yeah, so that's his action, and as a bonus action, I don't think I have anything, so we're just gonna kind of post up here.
Yarvik.
All right. Yarvik is going to get a little bit of a better kind of field of fire here. I guess here? Close enough.
Take 1 square up from that. That's not a full square. There you go.
There we go. I still have a clear shot, right?
Yes.
All right. He is going to pull out the blue arrow, and he's going to look at the blue arrow. He's like, all right, do whatever it is, the thing that you were supposed to do that. And he's going to shoot. He's going to shoot at the. He's going to shoot at it.
Okay. So you're shooting the blue arrow.
It's the one that he doesn't know what it does yet.
Yeah. So you do hit. So in order to activate this, you feel the sense that you need to do some sort of bonus action. Do you do that bonus action?
I have no idea what any of those bonus actions are.
No.
So
I'm saying, since you haven't spent a bonus action yet, I'm asking, do you want to spend your bonus action now to do what you're telling it to do?
yes.
Okay. Basically what happens is you kind of feel that you're assisting the arrow to focus, and it audibly starts to crackle with a static energy.
of like a channeling thing?
Yeah. So when you fire the arrow, it sails into the metallic bowl, and it must make a Constitution saving throw. Which I will do now. Well, it succeeds on the Constitution saving throw. But it seems like electric ripples through it. And nothing else happens. It seems to shake off the electric with ease.
But the straight damage for the arrow.
Yeah, just the straight damage.
All right. Let's try that one more time. I can't use the same arrow 2 times in a row in the same attack round, right? That's for one of the other.
It returns by the end of the round, basically.
Got it. So we'll give the we're gonna pull up the black one
Okay.
and give that one a shot. And another. Assume that hits.
That's a hit, yes. All right.
Oh, I gotta roll the other damage. 1d6.
All right, 12 damage. Cool. Is that everything?
And as the blue arrow returns, it's gonna look at it and say, "All right, now we're cooking something." Put it back in the quiver.
He says, "Yeah, but you fired me when you fired my twin brother." I don't like that.
There's always one snarky one.
Zippo.
How's the bull looking from here?
Shiny.
Okay. I have a plan. Okay. I'm going to have Brunhild move half her movement, which is 20 feet. Or sorry, it'll be 15 feet because she can't move into his space. There we go. And let's see if this is the way I'm planning it to do. So if I just have her move. Is this the edge of the cliff or is this the edge of the cliff?
This is the edge of the cliff.
Okay. So like if I stand here, will I still be technically on the cliff?
You will technically be on the cliff.
Right beside me?
Yes.
Okay. And that's a pretty big drop off, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to move over here. And with my movement, which should be pretty good, yep. Off of Brunhild. Then I'm going to cast Polymorph on the bull.
Is Polymorph a touch?
Nope, it's a range.
Okay.
60 feet. I needed to make a 17 wisdom saving throw because I'm assuming it doesn't want to be polymorphed.
It does not. Okay. What are you polymorphing it into?
A cat.
A cat. Okay.
Yes.
The light catches the metallic bowl, and it kind of glimmers for a second, blinding all of you, and then all of a sudden it's a confused-looking cat.
Awesome.
It's not metallic. It's just a normal-looking gray cat.
Awesome. I'm going to quicken spell and lightning lure said cat, so it gets pulled in a straight line 10 feet towards me, which will be right over the cliff edge.
Okay.
It has to make a DC 17 strength saving throw.
Now, do I get with the
You have the cat's bonus.
Okay, what's the cat's bonus?
-4.
Okay. And what's the DC?
17.
17. So -4. I can't make it even with a natural 20. Because it's a 17 dex, right?
Yeah, but with a nat 20. Well, I don't know if you want to rule it as a nat 20 auto succeed.
No, nat 20 doesn't auto succeed on a saving throw.
Okay.
just like it doesn't critically fail either. It is pulled. The cat is pulled 10 feet toward you.
And there's nothing underneath of there, so it'll take 7 lightning damage, which will kill the cat and turn it back into the bull, and then the bull falls in the hole.
The bull reappears and begins to fall. All right. So,
You son of a bitch!
let's see here. Yeah, I don't think it gets a dexterity saving throw from all that. It does. It just plummets into the ravine with a splash. It tries as it falls to shoot a cone of the gas breath that it has upward, but it's far enough down that it doesn't seem to reach you, Zippo, and it falls out of sight as it splashes into the water.
If it dies while it's polymorph, doesn't it stay dead?
No,
it reverts back to its. That's true polymorph.
That's true polymorph. It reverts back to its normal form, but its normal form is now falling and splashes into the water. Zippo, you can't see it anymore in the water. Inspiration.
That was brilliant.
That was diabolical.
Because I was
I'm
like,
sure it'll be fine.
I was thinking like, I don't think I can do the light. Like I could do the lightning lore, but it's a metal bolt. It's gonna be beefy, and I was like, it's a metal bolt. There's no way its wisdom is even any kind of good. Which I don't know what its wisdom set is, or if it just rolled really bad. And then I was like, I remember when I was looking through the polymorph, I was like, a CR0 animal is gonna be super easy to lightning lore.
I rolled a 4 for my wisdom save. 5 altogether.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm getting serious old like Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, force pull over cliff, drop.
Say we have yet another reason why we should not piss off Zippo from stunlocking the Hydra so that we could kill it to turning the giant metal bull into a cat so it could be yanked into the chasm.
Wow, Zippo, that was... Huh.
I can't believe it worked either.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
I'm sure it'll be fine, because bulls always land on their feet, right?
That's right, yeah.
I hear that's a load of bull.
Now, do you think there's any more of those bulls lined up to come and say hello to us?
I hope not.
I will listen for them.
What do they sound like?
Metal.
Speaking of metal, I think we came over here to get a big metal door to place over this well of eternity we found.
Oh yeah. I'll reach onto my robe and go to the door sticker and rip it off, and out comes a let me make sure I read the dimensions right.
Big ass door.
A big metal door. It is an iron door that is 10 feet wide and 10 feet high, barred on one side of your choice. Oh, you know what's even better? It conforms to fit the opening.
Oh.
Well, that's very convenient.
So it'll perfectly fit the opening with hinges and everything. It'll attach itself and everything.
I will just say I I would rule that a very particular way. But I'm an asshole.
So, describe to me what's going on right now. Like, Zippo, they came asking for your door. What's your plan for it?
They came asking for your door.
I give them the door, which I don't know if it only
How do you
conforms
just
when I
give it
put
to
it up,
us?
or if I just pull it out and it's just a regular 10 by, or yeah. 10
So
by
they
5
come up to you and
table.
you give them the door. What do you mean by that? You mean you hand them a door?
He whips
On my
out his
robe,
door.
I will whip out, and it has an iron door. Like
Okay.
one of the things I rolled. So I
You
can-
create an iron door right here.
Hold on a second.
Die.
Well, that didn't work.
It is hinged in place in the rock wall on both sides.
Well,
Yarvik knocks on the door. Is everything okay over there? 'Cause this is not what I had in mind.
I'm gonna
Quick, can you
open
turn
the
it into a
door.
cat?
I'd rather not. I
can
just
we open it?
yeah. Can we open it?
In your hand, there is a key.
I'll, do I see a keyhole?
Yes.
I will put it in the keyhole and unlock it. Hopefully.
Yep. The door unlocks.
Well, at least we have a door to block more bulls, guys.
Yeah, if that DM sends you any more bullshit your way, right?
Truly
My
in the
goodness,
bullpen now.
why did you take that off of your robe here? What?
I plan to hand them to it. Look, I used all of my brain power a second ago, Roger. Okay.
All your hard work. I'm done.
Oh,
Well, fortunately, between the 5 of us, we should have some cloth.
yeah. I mean, I do have a cloak.
Yeah.
Many of us have bedrolls.
The only 2 things left on my cloak are the other ladder and a pit, which is a cube 10 feet on a side, which you can place on the ground within 10 feet of you.
Well, my cloak is non-magical, so let's not put yours at risk.
What are you gonna do if it rains, Ulrich?
Get wet.
I guess so.
So for now, I'm just making it a it's gonna block lighting while it's closed. If you're gonna have it closed, are you gonna lock it behind you afterward, or are you gonna keep the key?
I'll lock it behind us as long as nobody in the party is against that,
That sounds fine.
and
Try
I'll
it,
hold on to the
you know.
key.
Try it real quick,
Yeah.
just to make sure it works on their side.
There isn't any wording that is counterintuitive to what I said, correct? Like for the door, like you create a door once you pull it out, right?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that because the pit thing had a wording that says you drop it on the ground, so I'm just making sure.
I posted it in the.
You can place in an opening you can reach. Yeah, so as soon as it pulls out, it has to be placed. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. So if you wanted it to be behind you instead of in front of you, we can do it that way. But that was the best fit for it from where you were standing.
It is a pretty good door.
Yeah.
I'm going to move everybody else through the door since Sippo's locking it, if that's fair.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to close it. Done. All right.
All right, gang. Do you wanna see the Well of Eternity? Like, what do you think
Right.
that could mean?
Well, I'm guessing it's endless. I'm guessing I also went the wrong way.
Ulrich, you go down the easternmost passage and you see a body of water and a beach down here. The passage seems to go upwards in an incline when you go there.
Okay.
So like the whole passage up here, you were kind of going uphill.
Oh, it goes. Okay, it goes and. So
And
it's
then
like
it
it's-
flattens out into a beach.
Okay. So this is level. Sorry, this is level with
So
the water.
it goes up and then comes down
Okay,
and sinks into the water.
I see. Yeah. Ulrich
realizes what he has done and goes back to rejoin with everyone.
Oh,
I'm actually gonna follow Ulrich over here and check the scroll when I get up to this beachhead.
The scroll still reads the map wording.
Can I see anything in the water here?
Make a perception check.
Perception 26.
Okay. The water does seem to stir every so often. There seems to be some things moving in the water, but you can't really tell what they are. The water is also moving fairly swiftly in a north to south direction, so toward this way. And you can hear the roar of the waterfall very loudly over this way.
Okay. Well, if I don't see anything else interesting, I'll just head back.
Okay.
Time to go see the Pit of Eternity.
well, actually.
Would we make a pit conundrum if I put my pit in the pit?
I wonder if the universe as we know it would cease to exist.
Follow me.
Which way are you going?
This
Down
pathway.
this way, I think.
Turn right when we get to this junction, and then follow the opposite way of these pink
I got
arrows.
stuck on a wall again. I can't even walk.
You should be... Yeah, there you go. I'm just going to put Brunhild over there.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, thank you. Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's definitely a pit.
I look up.
Whoosh whoosh. A torch and a small bronze object go whooshing past from the ceiling to the floor. Seems about every 30 seconds they pass.
Is there like wind blowing through the thing, or is it just like they're falling?
It's
Like no wind?
They're falling.
Okay, gotcha.
Any ideas?
Somebody want to open their backpack and hold it out over the opening?
I feel
There's
like
a lit torch.
punch through the bottom. Does anybody have like Featherfall or anything like that? Can you cast Featherfall on an inanimate object?
I feel like you could, but
We could
I
just
don't
chuck
have it.
Zippo in the hole.
See, I was trying to see if I could lightning lure it, but lightning lure says creature,
Yep.
Yeah.
and I'm like sad.
So, I'm just curious, and
I mean, it would
Ulrich-
only... No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Ulrich starts to unspool some rope, just holds on to one end and throws the rest of it down through the portal.
Okay. How much rope is it?
50 feet, so let's say he's holding on to 3 feet of it.
Okay. When the rope gets extended about 30 feet, it comes out the ceiling.
So,
So
that's much.
the end of the rope, if you have 3 feet left, is within arm's reach of you. So you could actually pull on both sides like you're flossing Oblivion.
someone wanna maybe climb up?
That sounds suspiciously like an athletic feat, which would be beyond me.
Belzian comes running. Climb!
That's gonna be a big note from me.
Should I climb up or down?
I mean, I kind of think up would be the most interesting, but you do you.
When the torch passes again, like right when I see it fall again, I'm gonna press hesitation to snuff the torch.
Okay. Yeah.
No longer on fire.
Yep, it's just a stick. Whoosh.
I would like to try to climb the rope.
Okay. Ulrich, are you holding the other side?
I'm holding the side that I was originally holding.
Okay. So the bottom side. Not the top side.
The bottom from one point of view, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're bracing yourself to hold Belzian's weight. Belzian, go ahead and make a athletics check to climb the rope. Ulrich, make an athletics check to hold Belzian.
Don't let go.
19.
Okay. Belzian, you hold on to the rope. Ulrich, you hold on to the rope.
Belgian, catch the orb thingy, the copper, whatever, the other thing, not the torch, not the stick. I don't care about it. I want the other thing though.
Yeah, can I stick a hand out and intercept anything that comes through if I see it coming?
Sure. Make a dexterity check to pluck the item out of the thin air. You grasp at it and miss.
Ah. It seems to be going too fast. Perhaps I should climb down. Maybe I'll catch up to it.
How far in is like the items, like from the portal?
The items seem to naturally be drawn to the center of the hole.
And is the center, is it like a real big diameter or?
It's a 5-foot diameter.
5 foot. Okay. What the question is, would Zippo be able to try to reach in and grab something?
You could try and reach for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna let Brunhild sit there. I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna ask Roger to hold on to my back while I try to reach for something real fast.
I can hold on to it.
Okay. With Roger holding my back, I'm going to reach to try to grab the metal thingy. It is a dexterity check. Yes.
Yes.
23.
You try to snatch at it and miss it as well.
Ooh.
All right, just out of curiosity, though, Belgian, what happens if you just climb?
Yeah, should I go climb up or climb down? I haven't quite decided. Maybe down is up, and up is down. This well is crazy. What do you think, folks? Up or down?
What do you see up there?
What do I see up there?
Have you climbed any further?
Yeah, how much up-down space do we got? Like, what's the vertical on this?
So it's about 10 feet up until you'd be in the top hole.
And what do I see in the hole? Is it just a void?
It's dark. You can't see really far into it.
It's a bit spooky in there. I'm not gonna lie, folks.
I believe in you.
It looks dark down below too.
Okay, I will climb down the hole, since that's the direction everything else is going.
Okay, so to do that, you'll have to get off of the rope and then get back on from where Ulrich is holding it.
Okay.
So you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, give me another athletics check. Okay.
I may not do that.
So in your attempt to dismount and remount the rope, you actually like try to cleverly let go and then catch it again, and instead you are now in free fall.
Whee!
You fall into the hole, and then about 30 seconds later, Belzian whooshes past, followed by a piece of wood and a ball of brass.
Belzian, try to grab the brass ball.
I'm not sure if I can hear you.
Try and grab the rope.
Belzian, you
Try to
hear?
grab the brass ball.
Belzian, ball bang.
I think I heard grab the rope. I would like to grab the rope if I can.
Okay, make a dexterity.
Come on.
You can't grab the rope. It's you're just falling too fast. You keep snatching at it. And you're not, you like grab at it, but it like falls out of your grip immediately.
I was gonna be like, trust me, Belzian. Grab brass ball.
Belzian just
Every
starts
time I see
screaming.
him, I'm like, grab brass ball.
You hear Belzian go "Ah, ah, ah," as he's going past. The brass ball. Now that you're following the same momentum as it and the stick below it, are out of reach. One is 15 and one is 20 feet above you.
The moment I see Belzian like come through the top, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna lightning lure him.
Okay.
As soon as he comes through the top, I lightning lure him, pull him 10 feet, which pulls him out of the circle thing. If he willingly fails the throw.
Are you willingly?
Yeah, do not resist.
Okay, all right. How much damage does he take?
Let me roll it. Take 3 lightning damage.
Yoink!
Just kind of smoldering there on the ground.
Thank you.
The lightning lure pulls him out, but he still has some momentum from the fall to deal with as well, and he takes an additional 4 damage as he crashes into the ground. Basically, you just dislodged his path of travel.
That's
How do
better
we know
than
this
400.
works? Somebody get in there and get the ball, and I'll bring you out again.
Can I use my reaction to fall slowly?
You could have, had you had said that prior to him lightning luring you, but since he lightning lured you and pulled you out, you kind of thought of that afterward.
No worries. Oof.
You're like, oh, it would have been nice to have remembered that.
Anyone got some extra rope?
I've got 50 feet.
I think we all have.
I've got some rope too.
Right.
I have the standard quantity.
Yeah, someone grab the top, tie that, hand me a little bit. I'm gonna connect these.
Okay. So you now have a rope that's connected. Are you still holding on to it?
I am still holding on to it.
Okay.
While I've done that.
All right.
But that then leaves us with, so I'm not connecting end to end. I'm connecting one end to, like, I don't know, 7 feet down of that end to
Yes.
my end.
Mm-hmm.
Still holding on.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have a tail. And I would like someone to walk that taut a direction.
I'll stay behind to lightning lure if this goes wrong.
And once it's taut, I want to see if what happens when I release.
Okay. So I'm no scientist, but when you pull it taut, you feel that you're pulling against yourself at the moment where it becomes tight.
Yeah.
So you're playing tug of war with yourself. So it only gets to a certain point. before you can't really pull it anymore because you're matching your strength directly. So who's pulling it with you is, I guess, the question, or is it just you?
I definitely can't. I don't think I think I have to stay in this next to the portal.
Okay, all right.
So
What are you
someone.
trying to do, Ulrich? Do you need some help pulling?
Yeah, I just need someone to pull the opposite end of that rope down the path here until it's taut.
I think I can help you with that.
And Ulrich, what are you doing in this time? Are you holding the rope like as an anchor?
Yeah, until it gets taut, and then I just want to see how stupid this is physics-wise.
Okay.
For science.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not going to lose the rope. That's the good thing.
It's supposed to sit
So Belzian pulls it taut. What's the next step?
I release my end.
Okay. Belzian, you feel that you're pulling against yourself, and this is where that comes in. You're feeling like you're pulling. A force is pulling exactly the same amount of strength that you are, because you are literally pulling on yourself.
Equally matched.
So, what does that look like for the rope that's going through the portal?
Yeah.
So it bends down, is flush against the bottom of the well. It comes out the top and is being pulled in a triangle without the so it's like a Y basically, where Belzian's the end of the Y and both sides are kind of being pulled taut against the lips of both sides of the well.
But it does go up and down.
Yes.
Otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ulrich is going to say, "Hold on tight," and is going to take one end of the rope, trying to climb up.
Okay. So you're gonna like kind of sloth your way up the angled rope.
You know what? Sloth my way down.
Sloth your way down.
Up. Yeah, we're gonna sloth down.
Okay.
Is that?
Make an athletics check as you climb down the rope.
Make a what check?
Athletics, and Belzian, at this point, go ahead and make an athletics as well as you're holding onto the rope.
Whew.
Okay. Ulrich, you lower yourself down the rope slowly, haphazardly. This is very awkward, especially since the rope is flush against the well itself. So it's kind of you've got a handhold, but you can't even like pull it out enough to like give you purchase. So you're literally just having to hang and lower yourself down because of how tight it is against the side. Does that make sense? So like instead of repelling where it would come out some, because of how Belzian is pulling it, it's giving no give. Like it's like anchored. You climb down about 30 feet, and then about 15 feet into that 30, you see light below you kind of materialize, and you lower yourself further, and you're at the roof of this well.
Cool.
On the ceiling. At
any points while I'm in this kind of in-between space, do I see the passing items?
You feel them passing you as you're climbing down. If you kind of let yourself hung out more, they would probably hit you. You've been staying close to the wall at this point, so I haven't made an attack against you at all.
Yep. I think Ulrich is going to get to a point where he's low enough to essentially try and angle, because there's space on the other side of the well here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's gonna try and angle his body somehow so that essentially he's going to just block up one end of the well. How wide is the well? It's 5
It's
feet.
5 feet in diameter.
Yeah, he's just gonna block up the well with his body.
So you're
and like
you're
keep
gonna
a lake.
lean like this, like wrecking ball style.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. I just realized now that you're on your phone, so you might not have seen me do that.
No, I
but,
saw it. I'm
okay.
on my computer.
Okay.
No, I switched back to computer.
All right. Since you're blocking the whole passage, I don't even need to make an attack. You're willingly getting hit, correct?
Yep.
All right. You take 8 points of damage from the stick.
Stick takes 10 points of frost damage.
And you take 8 points of damage from the brass ball.
I like that.
Cool.
So they ricochet off you, and you can make a check to catch them. It'll be much lower.
Okay.
Or you can make a check to catch one. You might not want to catch the stick. I don't know.
Yep. The brass ball also does take 10
Okay.
points of damage. Just for what that's worth, frost damage.
Noted.
Dex check, you said?
Mm-hmm.
$16.
All right. You wrap your hands around the device.
All right. Now all I gotta do is get my ass out of here. Zippo.
I'll lightning lure him if I can see him.
Okay. He is still kind of halfway through.
Yeah, I try and... Well, you know what? The easiest thing, I think, is like I will toss the ball out into the ground so there's no chance I drop it again.
Okay. You're pocketing the ball, you said, right?
I mean, I suppose, yeah, I could pocket it if it's how big is it?
So it's it looks like a ball with a rod sticking out of it. It reminds you of a doorknob. I'm bringing up the picture. Give me a sec.
Okay. So like it's enough to fit in the palm of a hand.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. In which case, yes, pocketing it and then trying to lower myself so that I am fully visible for Zippo.
All right. Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this the knob to the door that we created earlier?
That's a nice knob.
All right. So you've taken care of the knob. By the way, the torch obliterates as it hits you.
Oh, good.
Okay, so what are you doing now?
Trying to lower myself
Okay.
in such a fashion to make it easier for Zippo to lure me out.
Ulrich lowers himself out of the ceiling and is kind of now at this angle where the Y is going back toward Belzian. So he's kind of like hanging here. You feel like you could slide down that Y and out of the hole.
Okay. I mean, if Ulrich feels confident in his ability, he will do it. But you got, Zippo to back him up.
Yeah. Okay, so high or low?
Let's go low.
All right. You artfully slide down the Y and land on your feet.
All right.
Did you get the shiny thing?
Belzin applauds.
Thank you. Thank you for being an anchor. I don't know how we're going to get this out. we may have... Oh, wait. Yes, I do. And I untie one end, the end that Belzian's is like, what I'm saying. I untie the ropes.
Mhm.
and while holding on to one end, the original end I had, and then reeling that back in.
Okay. You have a 50-foot piece of rope and a 10-foot piece of rope.
Wait, one of them shrank?
You have a 50-foot piece of rope and however the other size of the piece of rope was.
Just making sure.
Did we gain or lose any rope?
No, we kept all the rope.
Did you get the shiny thing?
Got the shiny thing. It's a knob.
Did you recover the torch?
I'm so sorry. I didn't make it.
It obliterated off of his shiny peck.
My body just rocked it too hard.
Understandable. Can I see the shiny thing?
Yeah, here. The knob.
I was gonna take the knob and just like, is it like super shiny or is it a little dirty?
It's polished brass. It doesn't seem to have worn with age if it's been here 3,000 years. Not a tarnish on it.
I love it. Zippo's going to press the digitation to make it more shiny.
It stays the same amount of shiny it was.
Zippo's gonna get back on Brunhild and just be looking at the knob and rubbing the statue with his other hand. When I went to say that, I went to visually show with both my hands, and I'm like,
You're not on camera.
But yeah, Zippo's rubbing the belly of the statue with the other one, and now he's like, kind of like caressing the knob and just staring at it. This is going in my collection. I have a collection. This is going in it.
Well, it's, I mean, as long as we can use it.
It doesn't have to be useful to be in my collection.
Sure, but I mean, like, if there is a use for it, we can still use it.
Yeah, as long as we can get it back.
Sure.
Probably.
So has anybody seen a missing door?
There was nothing beyond this well. It was just a.
It was a dead end. Yeah.
Cul-de-sac.
Yep, a cul-de-sac.
That's French for dead end.
We found a place full of arrow traps.
Yeah.
Maybe up through there. We
Does
didn't
anyone
fully
need any more
explore it.
arrows?
They were magical and didn't stick around.
Oh,
So, it's, did we really study that statue? Is there a chance that it has a space for a doorknob?
We can go back to the statue.
It's on the way.
Zippo's already walked like back the way that he came and just staring at the thing and rubbing on the statue. Just he is mesmerized. He loves shiny things anyway, so he's like already back at the three-way fork. So if one of you guys are going a different direction, you might need to catch him because he's not paying attention.
Well, let's go catch him.
yeah. We'll follow the path back to where Zippo went.
Are you having trouble grabbing your character, Ulrich?
Yeah,
Is that better?
thank you.
You can just
Yep.
see like the red selector thing.
Hey Zippo, this way.
Oh, okay.
Yep, right up this way.
I was dealing with this Amazon stuff. Where are we going? What?
Follow the
They're leading
circles.
you up this way.
There's a statue in here that we can look at again with the orb, the doorknob.
Here you
And
go,
then
Belzian.
around the other way, there's some traps.
Did you guys see what was behind the
Oh,
statue?
Belzian, sorry. Were you making an arrow?
No, roll 20 is just being slow and clunky for me.
Okay.
That's exactly what I wanted to do. Thank you.
All right, so you're back at the statue.
There's nothing behind the statue here, is there?
Not that we could find.
Okay. Just because I want her to feel included as well, I'm going to take the knob and put it in front of Brunhild and have her smell it.
Okay.
She got a 9. Does she get a hit of anything?
She doesn't like the smell of the metal. It
Okay.
makes her wrinkle her nose.
Okay, I'll pat her on the nose and be like, I'm sorry. And then I'll go back to just staring at it.
So what's so special about this statue?
I don't know if there's anything special about it. I just thought, hey, there's a statue here. That's maybe something.
Yeah, let's go back and check the traps.
I'll look over the statue and see if I find a spot that's doorknobby.
Okay. You could roll investigation.
Cool.
You look over the statue, and it seems very ornately made. In fact, it looks almost like if it wasn't a stone in texture, you'd think it was a real person.
Okay. And just to confirm, I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna leave Brunhild there in case there's a trap or something.
Okay.
Do I see anything back here or anything?
With that same investigation roll, you see nothing of interest.
Okay. Okay.
The statue's pretty realistic, eh? Pretty fine craftsmanship.
All the statues that you've encountered have been of this quality. Some have had some pieces that seem to have worn down over time or broken off. This one, it just looks aged. The stone looks aged and worn a little bit, but it still looks fairly intact and realistic.
There's no like wind or anything down here, is there?
No.
No. I think I already asked that.
There was in the canyon, in the ravine, but not here.
Gotcha.
All right. So the two of you, Roger and Ulrich, back up at the arrow passage.
I'll play catch up. Where do I gotta go not to get shot by arrows, boys?
For Belzian and Yarvik, that's if you follow the circles, it's continuing up the passage that was to the left instead of the right.
Did you guys go this way?
So this way.
Roger?
We did go that way. It was just a dead end.
I'll go this way and double check you guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
Always
Alright.
could use another set of eyes.
You want me to reroll or use the same one again?
You can reroll. It's a different area.
I'm an inspiration, then I'm tired of rolling low.
Okay.
Oh my god, I hate my life.
Hey, you rolled better than average.
That's for the first time tonight, I rolled better than
Well, he rolled worse than average, but the result is better than the average
That's
person.
true. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, fair.
The look of the passage is pleasing to your eye. You've been feeling kind of at home in these passages, even more so than the mines from Jewel. This feels more your speed. They're tighter passages. You feel safer. It just feels good. You look around and you're like, this would be a great place to make a hovel a home. If you were back at home, you could make this into something pretty good. One entrance is great because that means nobody can sneak up on you. You could hide stuff in that little corner there, but otherwise, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything else here.
As I'm walking back, I'm gonna look down to the knob and be like, "Where do you go?"
Okay. Roger and Ulrich.
Well, here's what I'd like to do. And Ulrich does a little hop over.
Okay. Are you running, jumping?
Yeah, he'll run jump.
Okay. Second one, you'll need to make a check.
Sure. 25.
You hop over.
He uses
Sorry.
his axe to touch the spot in front of him.
Okay.
Anything happen?
Pew pew.
Another jump.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a 10. See, and this is what you don't want to do.
6 points of damage.
And he just walks.
Okay.
to the next spot. Again, he'll tap the next kind of spot in front of him.
Nothing happens.
He walks. He's just kind of like he's tapping and walking until he can't tap and walk anymore.
Okay.
And he lets everyone know specifically what the pattern's like.
So here, when you get here, there's another pew pew right here.
That looks to me like there's some running room.
Mm-hmm.
So he makes a jump, does some taps.
Pew pew.
Okay, another jump. 12.
Okay. I'm gonna roll damage.
Yep.
15. Rolled a lot better that time.
Yeah. Taps again.
Okay, so you get here and the passage seems to even out. You tap there and see no pew pews. However, you do see yellowish white substance or material kind of sticking up out of the rock in the ground. It's in a kind of a box-like pattern from what you can see with a circle in the middle. You see further of that material further down the path.
Okay. He relays that and is here. He kind of comes back here and kind of relays that, hey, it's essentially every 5 feet there's one of those jumps like you saw me, and then once they get in range here, he'll tell them they can about these two too.
Okay. All right, gang. He relays that stuff to everybody. What do you do? Oh, we lost Bane.
He was in the middle of saying something too.
Yeah.
Discord, are you okay?
There you are. We heard what?
What? Do you want us to go over there, or are you coming back here? I think he wants us to go over there.
Yeah, if
Yeah, sorry. I definitely think you should come this way.
Okay, so every 5 feet we do like a barrel roll?
A jump, so that you're not triggering the... Although, I don't know if you can run up walls or something.
I was gonna say I'm not big for jumping if I can just take the other way.
I don't know. There's another way.
I don't feel like
Yeah.
Brunhild can make the jumps. And I don't
Oh,
feel like I want to risk Brunhild making the jumps.
Is there anything back there worth all of us going that way for?
Here. Somebody sat here with Brunhild, and I'll go back there since I have the precious nod.
Well, you know what? I didn't think about this, but I guess I can look further. And just let you know if it's a dead end. I just don't know where else we'd be going.
Okay.
Ulrich's gonna come in here.
Okay. So, you see that there is more of that same material kind of sticking out of the wall in a curved shape on the right.
Uh-huh.
You see that some of the same substance or material is sticking out of the ground and extending out toward another path. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 passages and a fifth to the south. It seems like several passages come into this space. Now, as you're walking through this space, what is your intention here?
2 intentions. I mean, 3 technically. 1 to see what's kind of up down here because the question was posed: is it actually worth going this way?
Mm-hmm.
2, or maybe even 1B if you like, to go, I think, up this path because it runs kind of parallel where we were. So maybe that's something. Maybe that's a passage we can somehow that somehow connects to where they are. We can bypass the trap with. And 3, examine these materials that are on the wall and in the floor.
Okay. So in what order are you doing that?
Examine, then go up that path.
Okay. How are you examining?
You said it's stone?
So the stone is the main material that's in this area. And then this material that's sticking out of it seems to be of an entirely different nature. It seems worn. It seems not made out of rock substance. It's yellowed and white.
Yeah. Does it strike Ulrich as bone at all?
It does. In fact, it even has a slight scent of decay.
Mm-hmm.
And if these are bone, that's some fairly large bone.
Yep. So gonna avoid the large path, he thinks, for the moment. But he conveys that there was something big and dead down here.
The bone does seem to go into the wall here.
Yeah.
And then here.
See that. But for now, he's gonna continue up this passage. Again, kind of like looking.
Which passage?
Sorry, up this one up here.
Okay, so you walk across the bone?
Yeah, I guess we'll have to.
Okay.
Okay. Assuming that I make it safely across, he continues on, following this path to what looks like a dead end.
Just checking something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you go up this way, you said.
Yep.
Okay.
And
you do hear from behind you as you walk down this path. The sound of wetness. Almost like bubbling or oozing sound.
Okay. He looks behind him.
You can just barely see coming from the round circular area of the bone something bubbling out. It's, let's see here. How can I describe this? It seems to be reddish, bloody tendrils that start oozing out of that orifice and start sliding out and growing thicker and thicker in a circular pattern as it kind of rises out of that area.
Well, shit.
There seems to be some sort of mist gathering around it, maybe from the moisture in the air. There's some darkness to it as well. Some of the darkness from the areas out of sight kind of mass around it as well.
Ulrich relays.
You do see that the passage you're in continues this direction.
Yep. He's going to kind of hurry this direction.
Okay.
Is this anything?
Nothing of note is here.
Okay. And he comes down to what looks to be a dead end.
Yes.
And he messages everyone as he kind of cautiously makes his way back. That this may or may not be the way to go, but there's definitely something dangerous down here.
Oh no, another centipede? You should probably get out of there.
Not a centipede. I'm not really sure what it is. Does he see it at this point?
Yeah. The writhing mass seems to be composed of boneless flesh, shadowy tendrils, and mist. It seems to have ribs sticking out of it in haphazard fashion. Smaller ribs, not the size of the ribs that you saw in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be looking around to see what disturbed it. Are you making any efforts to hide from it, or are you just coming back around the corner?
Yeah, I think he's definitely trying to hide.
Okay, make a stealth check, and I would say you're probably back here at this point where you're trying to see it, right?
Sure, yeah.
You did sleight of hand instead of stealth.
I sure did.
But it's the same modifier, so I'll take it. 21. Okay. It doesn't seem to have noticed you at this point.
I message everyone to describe what I'm seeing and suggest that that we come up with a plan. Either I try and sneak back to them, or they get past the arrows.
And that is where we're going to end session for tonight.
Question, though.
Yes.
The arrows were... How did they... So I know they went as low as the shins. Did they go as high as the top of the ceiling?
Torso. So not the top of the ceiling.
Okay. Okay.
Good question. Does anybody else have any questions before we end for tonight?
No?
Next Tuesday?
Yeah, next Tuesday good for everybody? The 3rd?
That should work for me.
It should be fine.
Bane, is that good for you as well?
Should be.
Cool. All right. So, yeah, we have a conflict for the next session, everyone. So we're going to be doing it a week early. So the 3rd, the first week of the new year, we will be, Alexa, stop. We will be meeting. So we'll see you in a week to see what happens next. Thank you for joining us. And if you're watching the VOD, thank you for watching. I look forward to next time. All right, thanks.
Tune in for Ulrich's death.
All right.
And finding out what the doorknob does.
In that order.